ImageIslanders fans burning of John Tavares sweater ahead of Thursday's game against the Toronto Maple Leafs, who signed Tavares as a free agent last summer and ended his tenure with the Isles. CreditCreditJohnny Milano for the New York Times. John Tavares knew that things would not be easy for him Thursday night when he made his first visit to the Islanders since leaving them to become a Toronto Maple Leaf. Many Islanders fans, emotionally bruised by the departure of Tavares, the longtime team captain, had vowed to vent their anguish at Nassau Coliseum, expressing disgust over his decision last summer to sign as a free agent with Toronto, his hometown team. They followed through. Outside the arena before the opening face-off, several people burned number 91 Tavares sweaters on grills or in trash cans. Others wore Tavares' old Islanders sweater but replaced his name with Traitor. When Toronto took the ice for warm-ups, Tavares was greeted by a chorus of boos. Fans pressed against the glass on the visitor side of the rink chanting, "We don't need you." The Islanders, after surrendering the first goal, demolished the Maple Leafs 6-1, and the acerbic chants only grew louder as Tavares was held pointless. The Islanders also won the first meeting between the teams, 4-0, in Toronto on December 29. "I'm just trying to play hockey. So for everyone else, I can't speak for them," Tavares said after the game. "They have their feelings and it's out of my control." Tavares, 28, who became the face of the Islanders after they chose him first overall in the 2009 draft, expected this kind of greeting. It was inevitable that he would be cast as the villain in an arena where he long generated cheers. During his time on Long Island, Tavares was active in the community, visiting schools and hospitals every season. He played hard for lackluster Islanders squads, making the playoffs only 3 times in 9 seasons. Tavares also worked to assimilate with a seemingly ever-changing cast of line mates and watched his close friends like Matt Moulson and Ryan Strome were traded by Garth Snow, the general manager from 2006 to 2018. Tavares was playing under a team-friendly, 6-year, $33 million contract before last summer, when he became an unrestricted free agent for the first time. The Islanders could have asked Tavares to waive his no-trade clause at last year's trade deadline to give the franchise a chance to recoup assets for him, its best player. But management and ownership chose to keep Tavares and let him reach the open market. 6 teams, including the Islanders, met with Tavares before he decided to leave. Tavares left, competing against a former teammate, the Islanders' Nick Leddy. The Isles beat the Maple Leafs 6-1 on Thursday in Tavares' first visit to his former team. Johnny Milano for the New York Times had been the foundation of the franchise for so long, it was hard to imagine a future without him. A long-term commitment to the Islanders seemed implicit in December 2017, when Tavares was present at Belmont Park as the Islanders announced plans for their future arena on the racetrack grounds. Tavares, who is soft-spoken, also frequently said last season that he hoped to stay with the Islanders. He was ultimately swayed by the opportunity to return home, signing with the Maple Leafs for 7 years and $77 million. "It was a tough pill to swallow for everyone," Anders Lee, the captain of the Islanders this season, said recently. "As teammates, we wanted him on our team. Fans wanted the same thing." Tavares is second in scoring for the Leafs, who are strong contenders from the Atlantic Division. He has 36 goals and 32 assists through 64 games. His career high for goals in a season is 38 in 2014-15. Without Tavares, the Islanders have become the surprise of the NHL. They lead the Metropolitan Division under Barry Trotz, their new coach, and are almost surely heading to the playoffs for the first time in 3 seasons. But on Thursday, cheering for one of the best Islanders teams in years was not enough for many of the home fans. Midway through the first period, the Islanders presented a video tribute to Tavares, similar to others that have accompanied a star player's return to his former city. When Mark Messier came back to New York after signing with Vancouver in the summer of 1997, he was reduced to tears as images of him appeared above the Garden ice. This time, the arena filled with boos and profanity, drowning out any audio from the tribute. Players from both teams watched and tapped their sticks. Tavares clapped his blue Maple Leafs gloves together several times before play resumed. "It was nice to give my appreciation for 9 years here for everyone who supported me," Tavares said. The former Islanders forward Colin McDonald was Tavares' roommate on Long Island for 2+ seasons starting in 2013. Each attended the other's weddings in recent summers and remained close friends. McDonald said recently that he knew Tavares' personality would help him endure any vitriol. "John invested everything he had into that organization," said McDonald, 34, now captain of the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in the American Hockey League. "He is human, and of course that's not the reaction he's looking for. But as far as learning to deal with stuff you can't control, I have never met someone who can handle it like John." Tavares spoke often of how he relished playing in front of the boisterous crowds at Nassau Coliseum. The cozy arena shook in April 2015 when Tavares scored an overtime winner in the playoffs against the Washington Capitals, just as it did countless other times for the star center who had 272 goals as an Islander. "I loved my time as an Islander," Tavares said in early February, when the Leafs played the Rangers at Madison Square Garden. "Now I love being a Maple Leaf. It was the right fit for me. It was still the hardest decision I have ever made." A version of this article appears in print on page B10 of the New York edition with the headline, "A Frosty Return to the Island for Tavares." Order reprints. Today's paper. Subscribe.